Thank you, Northern Stars, for that performance. As I promised, we are now going to go live to Shawn Byfield. I'm going to read a quick bio so you know who Shawn is. You should, but if you don't know who Shawn is, he is a Gemini Award-nominated performer, a sought-after Dora Award-winning dance choreographer. He's a coach and an entrepreneur. I should let you know that the Dora Award is kind of like the Tony Awards in Canada, and the Geminis are kind of like the Emmys, I believe. So this is a very, very well-versed man in dance. He's done a lot of things. I want to introduce now Shawn Byfield. There he is. Hey, Shawn.
Howdy, Al. Great to see you.
I'm glad to see you.
That bio and the accolades, like, thank you so much. That's like exactly how I wrote it. So,
hey, you did the work. You deserve the credit.
Hey, thanks.
We have a lot of dancers, some of which who are watching this show, some of which are just started, some of which have been doing this for years, and a lot of them do want to be dancing professionally. And I think they'd love to hear what your journey was like, how they can aspire to do what you're doing, to actually make a living out of this passion that they have. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, oh my gosh, you nailed it right there with the word passion, because you need to follow that 100%. It's not going to happen if you decide that you're kind of doing it as a hobby. I started out when I was 6 because I was a hyper kid. So my mom, threw me into dance because I was running around banging on pots and pans and driving her nuts. I fell in love with tap dance. That was the first thing I saw a performer. His name was Gregory Hines. And after I saw him dance, I said, yep, I want to do that. And dance literally changed my life. I fast forward, I went to school for music as well. So I knew that I was a versatile performer, not just a dancer. So I would recommend dancers branch out and learn other disciplines that will help them with their dance career. I would also recommend taking different disciplines. I'm trained in tap, but I'm also trained in jazz and ballet and hip hop and musical theater. So if there are dancers that are considering expanding their horizons and professionally pursuing their goals, then you need to do more than one thing. There's a phrase called one-trick pony. You don't want to be a one-trick pony while you're trying to pursue a career in the arts. I graduated from my high school and I dived in. I performed at Paramount Canada's Wonderland, which is a big theme park here in Canada. And from there, I kept on going. I took the classes. I went to auditions. I took workshops. I traveled to New York. I went to LA, and I just kept fueling my brain with new skills. And eventually, you start meeting the right people. You start going to more auditions. And, I've done a lot of film and TV work since then. So I would honestly just recommend, being passionate about what it is that you want to do. And don't take it personally as well, because we are in a rejection business. So you have to know that in advance. You're going to hear a lot more no's than you're going to hear yeses, but that's part of the process. And as long as you understand that and you just keep going and you're still passionate about it, anything's possible.
That's great advice. And I think you're right. Passion is the key, and you're doing it because you have to do it.
Absolutely.
I think that's the key. You need to know that nobody's going to stop you. You just have to dance. You need to be committed to it. And that is just great advice. And I know that the kids who are watching, they all want to be doing that. They want to work in film, they want to work in television and work on stage, and they don't know how to do that. And I think the answer is just keep dancing, stay passionate. I wanted to ask you one question, because you are, tap is kind of your discipline. And I look at tap and I find that when I watch it to be one of the most difficult things for me to conceive of. It just seems very, very difficult. You're kind of almost making your own music as you dance. How long does it take to be proficient at tap? If you say, I want to learn to tap and I have some basic dance background, how long does it take you to really call yourself a tapper?
Well, listen, I'm still learning. I've been at this for over 30 years right now, and it's been almost like 36 years, and I'm still learning new things. I'm still learning about history. I'm still improving my technique. They say it takes roughly 10,000 hours for someone to become an expert in whatever it is you do. So that could be, 10,000 hours over 5 years. That could be 10,000 hours over 10 years. It's really up to the dancer to decide how long it's going to be. But you have to understand that it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a month or a year. But as long as you're willing to put in the time is going to happen, right? I have parents who still ask me, Shawn, how long should we put our dancers into dance classes? How many hours should they be training a week? And I say to them, well, as many as they can do, as many as you can afford. As long as they're still focused and they want to keep learning, then keep learning, be hungry. So for all the dancers watching this, you just got to keep on training, keep learning as much as you can. And over time, you'll start to see that things start to come to life, right?
Again, great advice. And I think the thing to take away from that is just do it. Just get out there and do it. 10,000 hours is a lot, but it'll happen if you do it, if you just keep doing it. Shawn, I just found out that you are going to actually be coming back in a later episode and actually teach a class in tap live on our show. But I also understand that you do have some classes online that people can actually go to now.
I do, yeah. So we were talking about me coming on to the show, the DanceBUG Show, and actually having a live class. So all the tap dance lovers out in the world can tune into the show and have an awesome lesson with me. And maybe if you want to come and learn some tap, we can get you on there too, Al. So that's in the future. So I hope everybody stays tuned for that. And at the same time, right now, I've actually created an option for all the tap dancers who are at home right now, and we miss tap, right? And we want to continue working on our skills. So I have an online option that I've created, and people can visit my website at ShawnByfield.com to see what I've got cooking. It's totally new. And obviously it doesn't replace the real life energy, but we're all stuck in our homes right now. But there's no excuse. Why don't we use our homes as dance studios? So we can be tap dancing in our kitchen, in our basement, in our washrooms, as long as you're not in the shower, because that's dangerous, right? But we can still be learning, still be growing, and still be expanding your tap skills with me online.
Thank you so much, Shawn. Definitely check that out, ShawnByfield.com, and you can see his tap lessons. We're going to have Shawn back again. Thank you so much for joining us, Shawn. I appreciate it. Stay safe, stay dancing, and we will be talking to you very, very soon. Thank you so much for coming on.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.